Hey everyone, it's me, Ultimate Gamer Freak, /UGF, and welcome to a UGF podcast. And also, Happy New Year's! Or, well, at least for you guys, it's a new year. For me, it is the 13th of December. So let's hope, it's not even Christmas yet for me. Or, yeah. So let's just hope that nothing happens between the time of now and when this goes out. Because that would just be horrible. But anyway, Happy New Year's. We're finally out of 2020 and into 2021. And let's just hope, because I think we all can agree, 2020 was crap. It was a horrible year. So here's the hoping that 2021 is better. I have my hopes, but I do not have my expectations. I hope it's better, but I don't exactly expect it to be better. But I am holding on to that hope strongly. But anyway, so this is, at the time that this is coming out, it literally just turned 2021 for me. This is coming out pretty much right after 12, as soon as I can get it to 12. Which for some reason on my main channel, which is being uploaded on, I can't actually upload at the increments anymore, which is really weird. Like, I think it's like 12:05 is the time that I'd be able to upload this instead of 12. On my other channels, it's completely fine, but this channel, well. But anyway, this podcast is a overview of 2020 and what to look forward to this year in 2021. So, let's just, start with the past, which, of course, is going to be a little bit more dark. It's going to be dark in terms of, depressing and stuff. Of course, but before we really get into it, if you want to skip, if I'm talking about something that, you've either heard a ton of already, and you not really want to hear about it or whatever, you can, this will be my first time actually doing this, segments, so you can skip to when another segment starts. But anyway, let's jump right straight into this by, of course, talking about the biggest thing that has happened this year, and the thing that has been persistent this whole entire year, and that, of course, is the coronavirus and the lockdowns. And, of course, I'm not going to get into any of the conspiracy things or any of the political shenanigans that it's touching with this whole entire virus. Yeah, it has been a horrible year with the coronavirus. Hopefully the situation gets solved this year so that we won't be self-quarantined another whole entire year. Because, to be quite frank, first off, I think I have cabin fever. I've been pretty much stuck in, and it's the same with all of us. Whether or not you think you might have it or not, I actually do think I might be getting it. It's like, I want to go out. I want to live again. Because there's a difference between staying alive and living. And currently right now, it's just staying alive. That's what we're doing right now. We're just eating to eat, to live. We're just staying alive. I don't want to be just staying alive anymore. I want to be living again. I want to be doing stuff. I want to be, out of the house and going to places like Disneyland or the beach. I want to be doing that stuff again. Now, of course, my financial issue, which you'll be hearing quite a bit of throughout this, does not exactly help me be able to do that anyways. But, I'd actually like to, go outside of my house, go places without having to wear one of these masks. I mean, and I'm not a non-masker. No, if you are going to go out, wear a mask. But, I just look forward to not having to wear one of these anymore. Because, it's kind of annoying to have to put these on and then, wear these for several hours at a time sometimes. And it's and I understand that we do this to help contain the spread a little bit. But it's just, it's something I do look forward to, not having to wear one of these. But as I said, not a non-masker. If you're gonna go out, you wear a mask. Especially, just wear your mask. It will eventually be over. We will eventually be able to go outside again without needing a mask. But it's literally just all you can, It's been hard. And it's been hard on everyone. This year has been a hard year for everyone. And it's brought the worst out of people. It really has. It's just... We're not meant to be cooped up like this, to be honest. We, as human beings, are very social creatures. And so being cooped up like this, it does do things to our psyche and stuff. And it's like one of the worst forms of torture you put a man through is isolation. It drives people insane. It's been scientifically proven isolation drives people insane. Because us as humans are social people. And it's like we need to be getting out of this isolation because it's driving people insane. It's bringing the worst out of people. It has also brought some good out of people too. But we can't keep on living like this. And so I really hope we figure out and get this virus under control. And it's like, I'm not a doctor. All I'm doing is I'm hoping. I can't do anything. And I wish I could donate to help them find the cure or the vaccine or whatever for this virus. But I literally don't have any money to my name. There's nothing I can do. Just except for follow the rules. Follow the guidelines. But yeah, that's what everyone else has been doing, dealing with. What have I been personally dealing with that maybe some other people have been and some other people haven't? Well, let's get right into one of the things that, if you've been viewing my channel for a long time, I've been doing and I'm still not in, and that is the military. I am still in the enrollment process. Currently, I actually have all the paperwork in. The recruiter just needs to go through them, number them, and put them into a database. And then I have to go back there, sign it, making sure everything on there is something that has happened to me or whatever. Because mind you, one of the problems that I have with the military is my medical paperwork is like a stack this large. It is a big stack of medical paperwork that they have to go through. And so, yeah. I gotta go eventually make a call to check to see if how it's going, because this is my future we're dealing with. I want to make sure that everything is going beautifully, whatever. So yeah, but that's currently the status with the military. One other situation though, and this is a big one, and it does tie into the previous topic, and that's if I catch the coronavirus, I'm automatically disqualified from the military. I found that out when I went to the recruiter and dropped my paperwork off, that yeah, I cannot catch this virus. Otherwise, my military career is over. Or at least until they lift that. And currently, and of course this kind of makes sense, the reason why they have it is they're not 100% sure what the long-term effects of this virus are. Because there have been some people who have said that they still have a hard time breathing 4 months after the virus. And so, of course, the military is being cautious. They don't want to end up accepting people in that are going to be a detriment to the military. So that's why the whole entire thing is in place, most likely. And so it's just I actually have to be even extra careful with this virus, because I've been enrolling in the military for over a year now. I think we're getting decently close to 2 years now. We got maybe 3 or 4 months to go until I reach that 2-year mark of me enrolling in the military. And I'm almost definitely going to hit that mark, because with the military paperwork, once they get sent in, then I have what we expect to be about a 6-month waiting period until I find out if I'm even qualified from the military doctors, because they have to go through the paperwork, and at the moment they're only going through about 4 pages a day. And as I said, the sack was about that big. So it's going to take, we estimate, probably around 6 months. Now, it could take less, especially if they go through it and they're like, oh yeah, okay, so he's obviously getting better, or he doesn't have these problems anymore, or we don't see any problems in the recent years. All right, we'll let you go in. Or we're like, this is an automatic disqualifier or something like that. Then yeah, it'll be quicker. But if they were to go through the whole entire thing, and let's say they went through the whole entire thing and I end up being qualified, that will take about 6 months, we expect. Now, hopefully, I'm hoping that they do the whole entire, it looks like in the recent history, he's gotten better and he's good, and they'll push me through. Because I'm tired of waiting, and especially with one of the things was I was told not to get a job. And of course, I could get a job. It'll be a few extra paperwork, except for the fact that they crossed out that section when I was, because you have to do an enroll, kind of like a resume kind of thing, I guess. And one of the sections is jobs that you have. We need to know if you currently have a job, we need to know who's working there. We need to have their signature and all that stuff saying, all right, we'll keep your job, because the job will legally have to keep you employed while you're at basic training. But I, of course, didn't have a job yet. I was looking at jobs because, I want to earn money. And then he said, yeah, don't get a job. It'll complicate the paperwork more. And then he crossed it out. And because it's crossed out, I'm really actually am kind of limited to not getting a job. Except, of course, a job like YouTube or Twitch where I'm self-employed. And so the person who would end up needing to sign that if they were going to have it signed would be myself. And that would be basically me saying, oh yeah, I'll still be employed by myself when I get back. It's like me as a streamer or someone who's like, alright, yeah, I will start streaming again. It's kind of like something that I don't really think needs to be done. Because, as I said, that's self-employment and stuff. But it's just but pretty much at the moment, I'm not making any money at all. I really wish I was. But life's life. I just go through life as I have been the previous years. And yeah, trying my best. Yeah, but that's basically the military currently right now. As I said, I have to be super careful about Corona, and basically what the stage I'm at, the TLDR, the stage that I'm at right now is basically the waiting game. I have to wait, and then sign, and then wait some more, and then eventually, hopefully, get to doing the CPAP and the ASVAB, and then going off to training. And of course, you'll get a video mentioning when I'm going off, and basically like, alright guys, I'm going to see you in X amount of times, most likely. I don't know the exact date, but yeah. And of course, I might actually know the exact date, but I probably won't tell you, because, probability states that when I get back, I want to spend time with people. And so I'm not going to immediately jump back into it. I might take a week or two off still. But yeah, that's the military. Moving off to even more situations from this year. I really don't like being a negative Nancy, but that's pretty much what this year has brought us to. It's yeah. And that's the other problem that is definitely unique to mostly just me. There was someone else that was going through something else, or a similar thing. Of course, I don't know them, but they their person had the same thing. And that's basically, my dad's been in the hospital twice this year. Neither of the reasons were for Rona. Both of the reasons were for flesh-eating bacteria. There were different flesh-eating bacteria too. But both were also, from what I remember being told, were drug-resistant. I'm not going to tell you where, because that's private information. Basically, I'm being as secretive as possible, because, of course, I don't want to go into my dad's privacy. You don't really need to know too much about this situation, other than the fact that, my dad's been in the hospital twice this year. The first time was for around 3 to 4 months, and then the second time for about a month, and then he's been self-hospitalized. Out here we have a doctor that comes in and makes sure everything's going all right. Thankfully, he's starting to heal, but basically, like, we've had not that much income coming from him. Thankfully, he has good insurance, so we have been getting decent income when it comes to disability checks, but it's been really tough. It's just been extremely tough. Because, he's had surgeries as well. And it's just, surgeries take a lot of money out of you. Like, they take a lot of money. And so, it has been a tough year for us, especially because of that. It's hard. It is. But we've made it through the year, and hopefully nothing else happens. We had our plumbing fixed, though, which we actually think that was one of the causes, was something with the flooding, or not with the water or something. But there's that. Now, I'm not going to get into too much details. This is something you really don't have any right or need to know much about. So basically, my dad's been in and out of the hospital this year, and it's been hard. He has been making a lot of money, which, especially with what's going on this year, that's actually been even more tough. But finally, moving away from the dark stuff, we're going to move into something a little bit more light, and then right back into something dark. But let's have a little bit of light before we head back into the darkness. And that's the brilliant, the magnificent channel that was going around this year that I had enjoyment in watching quite a lot of the episodes, and that is, as you might know, Unus Annus, which was a fantastic channel, ran, of course, by a Markiplier and Crank Gameplays. It was a fantastic channel. There were things I regret, and there were things that I'm glad I TLDR, like, I'm glad I got to take part in watching this channel. There, as I said, there were things I regret. And to be honest, if you want to get a more detailed thing about, more detailed, I guess, podcast in general, because it was its own podcast, about what I've learned from Unus Annus and what I regret and stuff, there's actually a video in the description that you can click on that is literally just based around Unus Annus. This was recorded the day after, not even the day after, because we're in the same time zone, so it was 12 o'clock midnight for me when they deleted the channel. It was that day where, like, of course, I went to sleep and then woke up and did that podcast. So it was literally like the most recent I could do a podcast like that. And basically it was just exactly everything I learned and memories and anything I plan to do relating that channel or whatever. There is a detailed podcast that goes way more in depth in the description. And of course, one of the things I did that actually, that channel has really given me a boost of inspiration. And sadly, I've been having to hold it back, which you'll find out the reason why. But yeah, it's giving me a boost, and the reason why is because one of the things... No. You just gotta go watch the video. Just go watch that video. You'll... as I said, I talk about things I learned, and I was about to get into things I learned, and now just become another, 20 minutes. So, can't do that. But basically, yeah, I honestly, I would personally like to thank a Markiplier and a Mr. Crank Gameplays for making that fantastic channel, even though there's no way they're ever going to see this or that video. But it is something that, I have to say I appreciate and miss. Getting out of that light, right back into darkness for what looks to be, for the final time, this podcast. While I was watching their goodbye live stream, something horrible happened, and it was my washing machine broke and started flooding the house. It was horrible. It was funny because I was watching them react to them being pepper sprayed when this happened. So if you watch the stream, you know exactly when this happened, basically. And yeah, all of a sudden, the washing machine broke. It was a front loader, so it started flooding the house. And so we got a lot of water damage done to the house. And this is where it's just Unus Annus has really given me a boost of inspiration. I really want to be creating things right now, but this flood is holding me back. Because with water damage, you have to remove the flooring, which is happening right now. And you might be able to tell things are a little bit messy. And that's because basically we're packing, this is moved out because I'm packing it and stuff like that. And I just thought, that'd be a little bit of a decorative piece, whatever, right there. But basically we're right now pretty much packing up the whole entire thing, which is why there was no videos since then, is because the last thing I want to do is start going full force into YouTube, just to be halted because my computer will be packed. Because that's the situation, is my PC is going to be packed. I can't take my... even my bed is going to be packed. Everything is getting packed because we're removing the flooring in the whole entire house. Even though my room actually wasn't affected, we're removing the flooring because the flooring is about 9 years old. So you can't match it. And so it's old. It is really old. And what sucks even more is we currently have no bathrooms in we currently have no sinks in our bathroom, so when we use the bathroom, we actually have to walk all the way to the kitchen to wash our hands, which is disgusting. And it's annoying because of the fact that we have running water in the house, they will not let us go into a hotel room. We have been denied living in a hotel room or something because we have that sink running, which is completely ridiculous. I know it's a first world problem. Some people don't even have bathrooms or stuff, but it's just that's not something that should be allowed when it comes to living in a house. You shouldn't be living in a house where you go to the bathroom and then have to walk the whole entire house just to wash your hands. It's I can't believe that that's acceptable in the eyes of the insurance company. Especially since my dad, who has health conditions, and he's at risk for catching things pretty easily because he's been fighting 2 things. He fought 2 things this year, so his immune system is not good. And they're just nope, because you have running water, we cannot have you out of the house. So currently we're stuck in the house. Hopefully once they remove all the floorings, that'll be a different story. But it wouldn't surprise me if it's not. Really. This is just ridiculous. But yeah, but that's basically why, like, why there hasn't been videos or live streams this year, really, because of that. I just don't want to get into doing things for the video and live streaming and stuff. And yeah, and to be honest, like, live streaming, like, I would actually live stream right now if it wasn't for another problem, and that's the internet in my area is currently being upgraded, I believe, which, of course, if you've ever been through an area of, like, internet updating areas, you know that your internet goes to crap when that's happening, and that's basically what's been happening. That, and plus, the game that I play is War Thunder, but we'll get into that later, because there's been a problem with War Thunder lately. Yikes. But yeah, it's like, but this flood totally threw a wrench, because, as I said, like, I had a huge burst of energy, a ginormous one, and it's still here, actually. And this is, like, why I know, like, this is, like, an actual, like, good, like, this is gonna last. Because the only other time that I ever felt this huge burst of energy was when I first created the channel. And when it was like that, it lasted like a month and a half or something like that. It didn't even last like a month. I think it lasted less than a month. And then it kind of died down, and I was just recording videos because I wanted to record videos. And I didn't have that full inspiration again. But this one has surpassed that one, and it hasn't died a bit. I really want to do this. I really, 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 really want to be recording. I really want to finally actually get in and learning how to edit and how to edit well. I really want to, like, get into, like, thumbnail designs and stuff. Like, this has been inspiration that I haven't had really before, except for when I started the channel. But this flood is holding me back from being able to do everything, but it has also helped me realize that this is like an actual boost of inspiration, because it's not leaving. And so I'm super excited. But yeah. But moving on from that, we have what to expect from this year. Which starting off with the problem with, of course, like, yeah. Starting from this video on, there will be one video a week on this channel until the flooring is done. Or until I'm able to get on my PC. But most likely it'll be more likely once the flooring is done, because probably we're going to get my flooring done first in my room, because we have 2 dogs. One of them is a big dog. And the only other room, there's only 2 rooms that we can keep them. My room and the master bedroom. But the master bedroom has a huge sliding glass door and we have cats in our neighborhood, and she will go after those cats. And so there's a huge risk of leaving her in there, and she'll end up breaking the glass door because she wants a cat. So we're probably going to get my room, we're almost definitely going to get my room done, or have them do my room or whatever. That way we can leave them in my room until further notice or whatever. Or until everything's done. And I'll probably have my PC up by that point, but I probably won't be on, because there's other things that, like, I need to be doing, like going through the garage and sorting that out and all that stuff. But yeah, so I probably will end up having the PC back up not long after, but I won't really be using it or anything. So yeah, so basically I'm going to say 1 video a week until the flooring is done. Then, once the flooring is done, it will go to 3 videos a week for this channel. And I'm now switching from what I used to do to just, I have basically 3 series going on. Currently, right now, for you guys, it would be Minecraft, the Recreation series, and Tank Mechanic Simulator. And basically what's going to happen is those 3 are going to stay, and then let's say the closest one that's going to be done first is going to be the Recreation series. So yeah, we're doing that, whatever. And then the Recreation series finishes. So that goes away, and out comes a new one, which I have plans for it being Rimworld. So Rimworld Let's Play will end up replacing the Recreation series. And basically, that's how things are going to be done. We're going to have 3 series going on at the same time, with every once in a while, one of them being interrupted by a podcast like this. Where a podcast like this will basically take one of the video's places. So let's say like I don't have a really interest in Minecraft that week or something. Well, then the Minecraft video will be taken away and replaced by a podcast. Or let's just in general say, oh yeah, I want to do a podcast or whatever. I'll just choose a series. Even if I have interest in all of them at the moment, I'll choose a series, in which case it will probably end up being Tank Mechanic Simulator. But who knows? But yeah, that's what to look forward for. This is basically 3 series going on at the same time, 1 video a week for each series, and that's how it's going to go for this channel. The next channel is the Uncensored channel, which, if you don't know what that is, it's because I don't really advertise it much. 1, because there's only like 3 videos on it, and 2, it's like this is meant to be a more family-friendly oriented channel, so I wouldn't really necessarily recommend this channel that often, because this channel is basically, the Uncensored channel is basically this channel, the UGF main channel, but for adults, or more for the more mature audience, because there is swearing and stuff in it. Currently, the plan is 1 video a week. And currently at the moment that would be those will be a series. That's a series. And currently that series that's going on right now is the Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl series, which I'm excited to get back into. It's been a while. But yeah, currently a video a week for that series. And if you remember, I did mention that I was working on a D&D style podcast called the Perfect 20 Podcast. And I really do want that to come into fruition, and I'm trying to. I actually do play with people that we're supposed to be doing a D&D thing, but we haven't really been doing that lately. So I'm kind of hoping we get back into doing D&D, and I'll be able to record those and upload them. Which, if it does come to fruition, then that would actually make it 2 videos a week. 1 on Tuesday and 1 on Thursday. And that's basically, yeah. That's actually something I just forgot to mention about the main channel, is the videos go up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The Uncensored channel, the video goes up on Tuesday and Thursday. So yeah, Tuesday. If the Perfect 20 Podcast comes into fruition, then it'll be Tuesday and Thursday. But and I'm super excited, and I really do hope that the Perfect 20 Podcast comes into fruition. I really cannot English right now. Because it's been something I really have been wanting to do. And honestly, I drew inspiration from Just Roll With It, is the name of the podcast. I was listening to them for a little while, and that's kind of where I got the inspiration to do a D&D style podcast. And I really want to do it, because it actually sounds like fun, and I actually do enjoy D&D. Well, you're correct, we won't really be playing D&D. We'll be playing our own games, whatever. But yeah. That's hopefully will come into fruition, because I really want to see that happen, because I actually look forward to it. Alright. But yeah, so that's the UGF Uncensored is the name of that channel. Of course, all my channels will be linked down in the description. So you can go check this channel out if you think you might be interested. And finally, the only other channel that is currently actually active, I technically have like 2 other channels after this, whatever, but none of them are really active. But the only other active channel is the UGF Battlefront, which is basically my PvP-oriented games or whatever. The online fighting games. Especially War Thunder. Honestly, that's the main game on that channel is War Thunder. Because that's kind of like my main game to play. Even though I get frustrated at that game all the time, it is a game that I keep coming back to. I gotta make sure my PC doesn't fall asleep. But yeah, hopefully, once everything gets back to running again, after the flooring, of course, that's got to be something you guys got to keep in mind. This is all going to happen once the flooring is back in the whole entire house. But once the flooring's back, 2 videos a week on the Battlefront channel. I hope one of them will be War Thunder, but I don't have high hopes. And I'll get back to that once we talk about live streaming, because it actually more affects live streaming than videos. But yeah, but basically, like, the idea is like either both, or at least, or hopefully one, if not both of the videos. No, that's backwards. Both, if not just one of the videos, will be War Thunder. And I think I'm probably going to try to more do like just one video. One of the videos will be War Thunder and the other will be something else. It could be Battlefield 5 because I own that game. I know. It could be Battlefront 2. It could be Cuisine Royale. It could be Enlisted once that opens up. It could be Halo Infinite once that comes out, if I even play the multiplayer mode. I'm not really a big fan of multiplayer, to be honest, though, for the Halo games. I actually am kind of like a campaign person. But that's me with most games. I really don't like playing multiplayer unless the game's like specifically meant to be multiplayer. But yeah, 2 videos a week for Battlefront. It actually follows the same schedule as the Uncensored channel, Tuesday and Thursday. So that is something to look forward to. We also do have the UGF Creates channel, which is basically the channel where I make models or stuff. Like, there are 2 videos on that channel, and both of them are to do with this guy, the X-Wing. It's broken a little. I did it wrong, but yeah. Both of the videos are on creating this. The first one was actually putting all the pieces together, and then the second one was painting it. Now, that one, I'm not going to really say is going to be coming back because there are limitations. One, I do have another model that was supposed to be built with this, and that's an A-Wing. Or a U-Wing. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while. But, like, as I said, like, though, like, one problem is I actually have to buy these models, which means money. I need money, which I don't make. So I can't actually buy models and make them. But 2, this was the recording software that I was using, which is a phone. Oh, cracked. Oh, okay, not cracked. I can't really like it with this thing. But this doesn't actually hold that much. When I was recording these, it would take several recording sessions of this. Now, thankfully, with the painting, it was actually decently easier to do than with the making, because with the painting, basically, it would be, I paint one side, recording it, and then stop painting and letting it dry, and while I'm letting it dry, transfer that file on over to my PC, delete it on the phone, and then I'll have that room again. But it's still bothersome to have to do that. So yeah, with those, I wouldn't exactly say that videos are going to come back. I probably will end up doing the A-Wing sometime during like January to March. But yeah, I also don't have a lot of paint either. Like, the whole entire reason why this is in desert camouflage is because I don't have paint. And this is also another model I made. This is actually the first model I ever made. not exactly the best. It's a little bit wonky, but you gotta kind of expect that. But yeah, but there is that channel. There is also, though, the music channel, which is my next talking point, and that one I'm actually kind of excited for too. I have been a huge music person. I mean, my tie is music notes and stuff. And I had this idea for a long while now. Like, I really have. And basically what this is, well, a music channel. Like, I make my own music and stuff. It's just, I've been procrastinating and stuff. Now, with this huge burst of inspiration, I actually really want to get into it and stuff. And of course, if you don't believe that I'm a huge music person, well, this is my instrument, just so you guys know. If you don't know what this is, it's a button. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to play it for you, but it's a flute. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest. Haven't touched this guy in over a year. I haven't played it in over a year. And honestly, I think the first video that's going to go up on that channel is actually going to be me playing this again for the first time. But there is a reason why I haven't touched this in such a long time, and that's because at the end of my senior year, I was just exhausted of music. I love music. I really do. And I love playing my flute. But just at the end of my senior year, I needed a break. I've been playing that thing nonstop for 7 years. And so the last thing I did, the last time I touched that flute, was the 4th of July parade that I helped with the band. Even though I was already graduated, I helped the band by participating in a 4th of July parade that they were taking part of not long after. So I took part in that, and that was the last time I touched my flute. It has been a long while. I do sing. If I were to have do like an interview with my family or whatever, they would tell you I do sing. I just like to sing. But it's like, to be honest though, like, I just needed a break. Do I miss marching band? Oh, heck to the yeah. I miss high school marching band. I actually have no interest in college marching band, but I miss high school marching band. And I would do high school marching band. And if you're like, why you have no interest in college marching band if you like high school? High school and college marching bands are completely different. High school marching band, you work for a couple of months building up a show, and then you compete against other high schools for that, with that show, whatever. You don't do that in college. Now, there is drumline, but drumline mostly, I think it completely focuses on just brass and drums. There is no woodwinds, and, well, flute, although it's completely metal, is a woodwind instrument. It's actually, I think, if I'm correct, the only woodwind instrument that have nothing to do with wood. But yeah, it's... So, like, that's not really an option. And while I originally wanted to be a band director, during my senior year, I kind of realized I don't have the drive to be a band director as I thought I did. And so, of course, I switched and I went to something that I actually really did have a drive in, which, of course, is German. So that's where the whole entire want to be a German language teacher comes from. Is because, like, I have an interest in the German language. Like, I have a huge interest in the German language. And it's what's really weird is everyone's all like, oh, the French language is the language of love. To me, the French language is ugly. I hate the French language. And for me, the language of love would actually be German or Russian. Both of those languages are, to me, my language of love. Like, if you were trying to seduce me with French, and let's put it that way, you know, it's not going to work. I hate that language. I'm not 100% sure why. Well, actually, I know why. I had a bad French teacher. That's why I really despise that language. But I think I always kind of had that kind of feeling towards it even before then, just not as strong. But like, yeah, I really don't like the French language, but I love the German language, and I have a itch to teach. So yeah. But anyway, the music channel. Now that I have inspiration, once everything is finished, I will start writing songs, and I'm excited to be doing that. I really am. Now, next up I have live streaming. I'm actually going to flip that around and do the one that's after that, which is some exciting news for this main channel, and that is comments are returning. You guys can comment again on my channel. Like, there, as you can see, you can scroll down right now and type in a comment. And as of the time that this is coming out, it's been over a year since those comments were turned off, I believe. The reason why I turned those comments off was because of COPA or COPA, however it's pronounced, which, if you remember, was a huge deal back in December, November of last year. Or not last year. For me, last year, because it's still 2020. It was a huge thing back in December and November of 2019. And, of course, as I said, I don't make any money. And so it was something where it was like I fall in that kind of category where I'm like, I'm not going to be taking any risk at all, so I'm going to turn it on and wait things out. And I've waited a year. Now, looking at my content then and now, my content is different. It has definitely more matured. Not by much, I probably wouldn't say, but it has. And looking at the stuff I play, other channels that play the same stuff have their comments turned on and stuff, and so I've basically gotten the view of like what they view, and it does look like my channel is safe, or should be safe. So what is that? I have no idea. So comments are going to be returning because I'm going to be turning off the made for kids thing. Now, of course, some of the videos will still have that because, well, I view them as very close to the border, in my opinion, where it could easily be made a case that it's for kids. But things like Minecraft or the Recreation series or Take Mechanics, those really are not for kids. Things like the fashion, and this is way back. This is like one of my first videos ever. The fashion game, that I probably definitely would put in as a kids game, as made for kids. But yeah. But comments will be returning. So, yeah. Of course, which means that there can finally be, once again, a community on this channel. Of course, if you really want to be, like, more communicative to me, with me or whatever, or with other people, there is always the Discord server that I have that nobody's on right now, but hopefully eventually we'll start getting people on it. There's always that one. Always is that one. And of course, it'll be a little bit more personalized or whatever. Of course, I won't always be on or whatever. You won't always be able to talk to me, and there's rules and stuff. But, yeah. And of course, I'm going to more look at my own Discord channel than YouTube. I'll still look at YouTube, though. But, yeah. Comments are returning. You'll finally be able to, once again, comment. And you can make suggestions for things like I would be glad to receive suggestions for what to build in Minecraft or what to recreate in the Recreation series. I will always accept those as suggestions and look at them. Whether or not I will do them, who knows? But yeah. But hey, comments are finally returning. Now going to what was originally supposed to be said. Live streaming. I do have a Twitch channel. I really cannot English. I'm really thirsty. That might be such. I don't have any juice. Ooh. I'm so sorry. soon. Not really used to this. Kind of just dried my mouth out way too much. And I had a hard time speaking. I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/ultimategamerfreak UGF. As always, link is in the description. The main thing that I live stream there is War Thunder, to be honest. Because as I said, War Thunder is kind of like my main game. It's the game that, like, I really try to play. No, that doesn't mean it's a good game. It can be. It is really. It's a game. It's a good game in the sense of, like, it's well made and stuff. But it does have its flaws. But like, that's kind of the main game. But that's like another thing, though, is if you remember, I was saying something about War Thunder and stuff, and that it related more to this, and that is, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to stream War Thunder. Because the game mode I play the most is tanks. Except for right now. Because at the moment, if I play ground RP, which is the game mode I play, which is basically ground realistic battles, my game crashes. Especially at low tiers. High tiers, I can get away with a few games and then it will crash. But low tiers, I could, if I'm lucky, get like 1 or 2 games and then it will crash. It's something on Gaijin's end. Because it is something on Gaijin's end. Because no other game does it. And I even reinstalled War Thunder. I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, hoping it will fix it. And it didn't. So it's something that War Thunder has coded in. That basically what happens is something happens, something that is related to ground RB, especially at the lower BRs, that just has a huge stacking effect, and then causes my graphics card to crash. Because that's what it is my graphics card crashing. And it might be fine, be like, alright, well, yeah, but you can get back on. Not all the time. Sometimes when it will crash, it will not let me back onto War Thunder. And it will end up actually crashing other games because my graphics card is trying to fix itself, trying to reinitiate every single thing. And so there's a little while where I can't get back on War Thunder, and there's other games that might crash as well. And you might be like, well, maybe it is your graphics card. It's like, no. It's only after I play War Thunder that they will crash. If I do not play War Thunder, they're fine. Like, Phasmophobia is a perfect example. I played it recently after I played War Thunder, and it crashed. And it crashed. And then later on, I played it without playing War Thunder, and it didn't crash. And I did it multiple times, and it didn't crash. The only time it's crashed was right after War Thunder. So, there's a problem with War Thunder that is an actual legit serious problem that they need to fix. And they are pushing out a patch rather quickly right now. As of the time that is going on, they just had a dev server for a new patch. And that's kind of crazy because we literally just had a new patch like 3 weeks ago. That's like kind of unheard of. And so it does make me wonder if this patch's main focus is to fix whatever this problem is. Because I know I'm not the only one as well. I've heard that other people are having a similar issue. And I wonder if it's something there like, it's a file that needs to be fixed, but it can really only be fixed in a patch, which is really weird. And to me, that doesn't make any sense, but then again, I'm not a game developer yet. So maybe it is a thing, but I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that that this new patch will fix whatever the issue is, because I really want to play War Thunder. I really do. And nothing against the other game modes. I mean, Naval needs to work on hardly. Like, yeah, even and thankfully they made it a little bit better, but it still needs working on. It's still not great. It might be decent now, but it's not good yet. But yeah, but anyway, going back to live streaming will come back. I think the basic idea that I had originally was Tuesday and Thursday. It might change to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or might be whenever I want. Who knows? And, of course, gotta find games other than just War Thunder, but War Thunder will most likely be the major game of that if they fix it. But there are other games as well. I could do RimWorld, I could do Endless Sky. I have one stream that I did and I kind of might do that again. There's Battlefield 5 I did a stream on. Not 100% sure if I would stream that again, though. But there are other games out there that I can stream. So, if you want to see me live, please do consider checking out the Twitch channel. As I said, you can either type it in, twitch.tv/ultimategamerfreakugf, no slashes, no capitals, or you can just click the link in the description, which would be quite a bit easier. And finally, the last pinpoint on my list of pinpoints that I have on my other monitor, because I have another monitor now, which was more for streaming, is my New Year's resolutions. Now, one of them is, of course, the uploading and live streaming plans that have already been mentioned. Another one is working out. I need to get fit. Especially, like, this year has really kicked it out, because I was starting to run and stuff, and then summer happened, got too hot, can't go to the park, and then, and even before that, though, Corona hit, and it's like, I can't really go to the park anymore. And then now, like, the park's not going to be, like, the park that I'm close to is closed until, like, summer. So I'm really not going to be able to run at all. But I do want to get into doing workouts, bodybuilding workouts and stuff, because I need to get stronger and stuff for the military. And that actually, funny enough, might tie into live streaming. I might do what I call, like, workout live streams, where I will implement a punishment. This will almost definitely be specifically for War Thunder. Basically, like, punishments for, like, if something for the War Thunder. And even if I get enough followers, I can add in channel points where you guys can actually put points into making me do a certain exercise, like 10 push-ups or 10 military-style sit-ups, or they're not called military-style sit-ups. That's what I just call them, because they're better than sit-ups. Or, yeah, planks or stuff. Basically, yeah, those will come up during a workout exercise or workout stream. But yeah. And finally, the third and final resolution that I have for this year is to better my self-image. Because I view myself as a pretty optimistic guy. I like to look at the bright side of things. This year's been challenging that, but there's always been another thing that has always challenged that, and that is my own self-image. For those of you who know me, because I'm definitely going to be pushing this out to my friends and stuff, I actually have a very bad self-image of myself. I actually hate myself. I hate the way I look. I think I look ugly. I hate the things I do. I have bad habits that I want to break. I hate who I am. I hate... Yeah, I have a terrible self-image. I really do. But I want to fix that. I want to make it better. And so that's my third and final resolution, is to work on bettering my self-image. Work on accepting who I am. Of course, trying to find out who I am, because I still don't know who I am fully. And, accepting the way I look and appreciating for how I look. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this podcast. And hopefully this year will be better. But I'd like to thank you guys for listening or watching if you decide to watch. I'd like to thank you guys for listening. If you did enjoy this podcast, please do consider smashing that like button, and also and also if you're new here, or my brain's not working. If you're new here, or if you've been here before but that subscribe button is still red, please do consider clicking it and also ringing that notification bell. I love this thing. But I also have to bring it away from the microphone, otherwise I'll deafen you guys. I'm so sorry. That was definitely too loud. There we go. Ring that notification bell so you can get notified the next time I upload. I would like to, once again, though, thank you guys for listening or watching. And I'll see you in the next episode. In the next video. Which should be sometime this week. Or next week, whatever. Probably Monday. So, see you then. Peace out. Actually, it was exactly an hour pretty much. Wow.